Welcome back, everybody. We're here again with another edition of the BOE Entertainment Podcast. As you can probably tell, the setup is a little bit different than what we usually do. We're down a member for today, so yes. We're your hosts. I'm Nick Bradshaw.
I'm Kevin Mora.
And Phil decided that there were better things that he could be doing today instead of recording the podcast with us. So we said, you know what? Fuck you, and we'll do it without you.
Fuck you, and in fact, I want to get deep. I want to get intimate. I want to get personal.
Well, yes, we did this different setup to give it sort of that Dateline NBC type of feel. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get it started. We got our usual segments. We got our usual stuff. So let's get it popping. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, where do you want to start?
I say we start by dicking on Phil because he decided to not be here at the pre-requested time for the podcast.
Yeah, he's working. He's been pushing for the Zoomcast a lot more lately. So,
I like that in person.
It's the way it goes. I agree. I do too. I think
tell me what you like.
The Zooms are good when we're like showing content, but that's basically it. Like when we do reaction stuff, it's great because you can just have it full screen and whatever. But yeah, overall, I think like we get less viewership, we get less everything on it. So I'd rather just shoot it in person if we're gonna shoot it.
You know? Here's one thing that I'll say. Yeah. I've been getting some requests for more React content, and specifically, people want to see us play Roblox.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and if they're under 18, don't really want that opinion.
You know what? Literally what I was about to say, too.
Yeah.
I think if you're on Roblox and you're an adult, don't be.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Don't be.
It's kind of like being an adult on Club Penguin.
Oh,
Why are you doing that?
That just sounds like a VIP club.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not when you're part of.
No.
You know what? I have a hard time feeling. I don't see you in a penguin club.
I don't want to do video game React content. It's boring to me, number one. And number two, on top of that, it's that type of thing where I'm like, we're not gamers. What opinion are we going to bring? And we're also not funny enough, like in that way. Like we're good at written comedy. We're good at doing sketch comedy. I'm not a streamer. I'm not Kai Cenat. I can't be sitting there making viral moments. It's just not what I do.
It's not. So, you're not here for the clip farming.
No,
the clip farming.
Absolutely not. I'm here for the clip farming either, but definitely not the clip farming. Yeah, no absolutely not.
No, we're not.
No, I would do more reaction content. I just don't want to do it to like playing a video game because I'm like,
video games. There's no video games. You wouldn't do a flight simulator.
I just don't think that they're worth it. No, dude, you don't want to hear me sitting there doing the whole technical mumbo jumbo. And also, like, it's not like I'm actually a pilot where I can be like, yeah. So in the real world, like I'd just be there like, yeah. I'm an enthusiast. I've flown a plane one time. Like, you know, it's not. It's not the best.
Talking about it a lot. I still think we should just treat you like a pilot. Stolen valor, but for pilots.
That
Stolen
would
wings.
That's even more lame. Coming from a military family, that's still even more lame. Because like there's like honor and like regard and stuff, at least theoretically, that comes with the military title. Like I'm not saying you should, but I understand why people try to steal that valor, at least a little bit. But like, yeah, just like, it's not that anybody can become a pilot, but it's not like you're serving or anything. You're not flying in a combat zone. You're not putting your life at risk other than just sort of like, you know, it's a transportation job. Like, sure, it's in the air, but at the same time, like, you know, statistically speaking, if you're a trucker, you have way more of a chance of dying on the job than you do as a pilot and that type of thing. So it's like,
you gotta spice it up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Smuggle some Cubanos.
It doesn't seem like a valor worth stealing, I guess.
And
I like you know, I might become a pilot.
You are the pilot.
It's not a disrespect to pilots, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a different connotation. If you steal valor for anything that's not the military, it just feels like fraud. Like it's just
I would say
it's
that stealing military is
fraud.
The biggest fraud.
Well, no, but I mean it is the biggest fraud. But like it doesn't even like have its own cool name, like
cool
stolen
about,
valor.
Like,
it's just like, dude, you're just a fucking fraudster. You're just a con man. That's lame as shit.
What is it called when you're impersonating? You're an impersonator.
Yeah, you're an imposter.
You're a shitty actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Actor. Like, you know what? That makes it even like more hardcore. Like, you're impersonating a cop. Lame. Stolen valor. Ooh, that goes hard.
Yeah.
That makes me want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good title for sure, but it's just a horrible thing.
I mean,
it's a horrible thing. Those videos are also so good.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing, right? The dudes who choose to do the stolen valor thing, they're never the ones that are like actually military enthusiasts. Like, I'm sure you met that guy, like one of those guys where like, look, I love history. I love like military history, but you've been to my apartment. I don't have like Patton on my walls. I don't have like maps of different battles and shit. Like I'm not that hardcore into it. I just like to read a good book about it, and I'll be intrigued, that kind of thing. But like, I don't know what it is. Like
I know what it is. It's the Boy Scout.
Yeah,
it's the Boy Scout. We were Boy Scouts.
Yeah, true.
We survived. I feel like that's a form of valor.
Yeah,
that we didn't steal.
I just think that the
we
guys
made it
who
out
do
untouched even.
They always never know anything about the military.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not purporting to know because I've never served. I grew up on Air Force bases because my
come from a
dad served.
military family
But like
background.
I only know like again like the civilian stuff that you would know, like those sorts of things. Like I can relate to the idea of like when the Star Spangled Banner or like revelry plays in the morning, like that used to happen on base. Like there was a time where I had to like stand and hold my hand over my heart once a day, like because it would blast over the Air Force speakers and that kind of thing. But I don't know all the ranks. I don't know all that sort of stuff. But it's just so funny. Like every Stolen Valor video that I've seen, it's always like a guy who like, you know, will put on like the Special Forces patch with like a Sergeant First Class patch. He's got like Air Force insignia as well as like Marines insignia. Like he's probably got a hat like somewhere. And it's just like whenever they get called out by somebody who's actually been in the military or even somebody who just has passing knowledge, they always have the most like grandiose excuses. Like I remember there was one guy who got caught hardcore and he was literally just like, what? Focus? Yeah. He got caught really hardcore, and his excuse at the end of it was basically like, yeah, it was really dark this morning. I had nothing else to wear, so I just put this on. And the guy who's filming him is literally like, so you put on military fatigues? Full
military uniform. Did he have a hat too?
No. It was just the BDUs, the like regular battle dress uniforms,
but
like the shirt, even the pants, even the boots.
You didn't fucking not have anything.
What annoyed me more about that is like, look, like. Let's just throw reality out the window for a second and say, okay, it's dark enough that you couldn't tell that you were putting on a military uniform. Okay, that's fine. Why does the one that you picked have a name tag that I'm assuming is going to match your last name, patches on it? Like this wasn't a store-bought thing of like, oh, my son, he's filming a movie, and I just like you know, you decked it out like you clearly wear this more often than that. Like I don't know what else to say. Yeah, like
my thing with them is
you wear that every day. Probably.
Maybe this is derogatory, but like they're always fat.
Yeah. Oh yes, they are like, every single time. I mean, there is a lot of fat. There are a lot of fat dudes in the military. At least on the officer like, short tour level, there are.
Yes, and I'm not saying that we can't have fat people in the military.
No,
not what I'm saying. But only fat people I've seen have done Stolen Valor.
Yeah, it's been a lot of chubby people.
Yeah, and
as a chubby person myself, I can say, do better. You're making us all look bad because it looks like you couldn't even get into the military, and so you just faked it because you're fat. As a somewhat and definitely former fat kid, dude, fuck you. You're making us all look worse. Like, what are you doing? Just join the military for real if you want to join, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, just do it. It's fine. Unless you're over 35, in which case you lost your chance, brother. You had fucking so much time. You had 17 years to join and you didn't.
Would you say that that's that take was a little hot?
It seems a little spicy to me.
A little spicy. I was about to say.
I feel like it might be time.
It might be time because that was a good warm take. I think it's time for a hot take.
Hot minute, hot take. All right, guys, welcome back to the Hot Minute Hot Take. I'm going to do Phil's usual spiel since he's not here. It's your favorite game. It's your favorite segment on the show, favorite podcast, all that other jazz. You know how it works. We got 60 minutes. 60 minutes. We got 60 seconds on the clock. Because Phil isn't here, we're each going to get 30 seconds in order to say what we need to do. So we got a little bit of a longer one this week. But, you know, make them hot, make them spicy, make them something that is going to make some people angry. Because that's what we want. This is what we're going for.
We should make people angry.
All right. Do you want to go? Actually, I think I went first last time. So why don't you go first this time? Yeah.
All right. Well, that makes sense.
Here, I'll throw on a timer.
I'm about to say I got a little watch.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
I'll watch. I'll police myself.
All right. I'll count you down, and then you can start in. Okay. Ready?
3,
3, 2, 1, go.
If you're a trained police officer, like one for the trains. You don't have a real job. You don't help anybody. I've seen you do nothing aside from be bulbous and go on the train, look around, and then go off. I've seen a drunk, fucked up man rolling around on the ground, and I saw you go, hey, get up, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's that going to do? He's already drunk. He's already on the floor. The little shove isn't going to get him by.
Toaster strudel was never better than Pop-Tarts. I don't care what this marketing campaign is, this whole idea of like, oh, well, because you put the icing on yourself. Why do you want to do more work in the morning? It's already breakfast. The Pop-Tart has the frosting on it. You throw it in the toaster, you grab it, you can walk and eat it. If you think that I'm going to be on the subway, in an Uber, anywhere, putting out a packet of cum-looking icing in a public setting, you're fucking crazy. Toaster strudel was never better. It was a marketing campaign, and we got psyoped.
And you know what? I'm actually into it.
Yeah, dude, toaster strudel has never been better. It's good, it's fine, but they always
like
marketed it as like
I just like the creaming.
yeah, it's just like, dude, it's not better. It's never been better, and they marketed it as like, well, why would you want a Pop-Tart when you can have a toaster strudel?
You can decorate it as much as you want.
Because if I'm eating this, if these are my two options for breakfast, I'm clearly not doing it for the nutritional value.
Clearly not
right?
in a good place.
Like
now.
It's not good. Either I'm a child or I'm depressed. Those are the two options, right? For
two.
what I'm eating for breakfast.
Those are the two populations for toaster strudels. I looked it up.
So for that reason, like it's not a delicacy. No. It's not like fresh fruit or something where it's like, well, yes, I'd rather have an actual apple than like sliced fruit in a cup. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense. It's fresher, all that other kind of shit. But for a pastry, because that's basically what either of them are. They're shitty. They're shitty.
Up pastry.
Yeah,
it's
like
dessert for breakfast.
Like you're not doing good already.
No,
so why are you going to add the extra step? It's there for convenience. It's like a waffle, like the Eggo waffles. Yeah, that's not a Belgian waffle, man. That's not a well-made waffle. I'm not making it because I'm like, I want to feel like I'm in Belgium today. Like, no, man. I'm doing it because it's like,
European.
It's 6:30. I was supposed to leave at 6:20. Let me grab this out and snarf it down while I'm walking to the subway.
No.
Like, that's my thing, is that maybe for suburban people, it could be a good alternative for especially city people. Why am I doing this? I'm not putting the icing on myself. You put your sauce on your pizza while you buy it. They hand you the fucking
ridiculous.
like cooked crust and then the thing of sauce and go,
Hot,
hey, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can just do as much as you
I
want.
know you want to add some sauce. I know you're a saucy guy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pretend to know you. You do it yourself.
And it's also not like the toaster strudel could like facilitate dipping. That packet is like this big. It's made out of plastic. As soon as you open it, if you try to dip the strudel in there, you're just going to either ruin the plastic, you're going to ruin the strudel, something like that. So it's all around just a lesser breakfast.
I think the
opinion.
psyop that you really connected, which we need to explore more, is how did dessert become breakfast?
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing. That's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah,
like
but
pastries
why is
snuck the fuck in there.
Hey, yeah. Where does big
people
pastry come from?
They like sweet. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually,
everybody likes sweet.
You know what exactly it is? It's from coffee, dude. That's why.
I was about to say, I think it's the French.
I think it's coffee in the morning, and then people saying like, you know, before cream and sugar and like altering your coffee was like really a huge thing. I'm sure it has been pretty much since coffee has been invented. But if people are just drinking it straight black, like bitter coffee, you want something sweet. And in fact, like
it's counteracted. It's a French thing.
I remember having that
French
conversation
fucking
with some. I think we had it on this podcast where it was like, you know, instead of having the cream or the sugar with your coffee, you'll just get a Danish or something like that. So you dip that or take a couple of pieces and literally put it into your coffee and let it kind of steep in. So I think that's where it come from, was this idea that you're going to have coffee in the morning. So because that's so bitter, you need something sweet to counteract it. And then that just took the brakes off.
I'm blaming the French.
I mean, as you should. They should be blamed for almost everything.
I would actually dare say that. I agree. Not only for ruining, honestly, it's very, very French to be in poor health when it comes down to your dietary choices. I just think you guys got better genes. Like, really, if the French had the genes that Americans have, you guys would look horrible. Oh my God.
Well,
your
I think it's
choices
like
for food are just disgusting.
It's like
just
the French
butter and
peasant gene, you know? Like it's
the bread,
used
butter,
to
and wine.
well, it's just used to like, we're gonna keep you nice and thin And then just in case if things get really bad again, you can just run. Like you're just ready.
Just get out.
You're
there.
ready to run. Yeah.
You're bred like a stallion.
Exactly.
A racing horse.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know, I would out of all the Europeans, I don't feel like French would make the best horses. I feel like Spanish people would make the best horses.
Probably, I could see.
I just think that they have like a little bit more lean muscle. The French, I just don't see as like particularly athletic people. I think that diet gets them through the famine. I think that a Spanish diet gets them some muscle to really push for revolution. But I think the German diet, that's a horse diet. Those are some horse people.
I think that honestly, out of everybody, maybe the Ukrainians would be good horses as well. Just in the sense that like rough and tumble, like clearly they're people who can survive and sort of like make the best of those situations and that type of thing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like from the resilience angle, as well as just like that sort of like, you know, oat diet kind of thing.
They're fucking
like
oat boys.
Yeah, 100%.
Oat
so
boys.
I could see that as well. 100%. But we'll have to check in the comments. Let us know which European country and its people are most horse-like to you.
Tell me about the horses that you know.
Who's got the gallop? Who's got
really,
the stride?
You got the whinny in their stride. You know? The
Just a
whinny
little
in that little.
Just a little something.
You know, when somebody coughs, you're like, oh, that's a horse cough.
Apparently, we might have a ceasefire soon, which is cool.
Yeah, you were just telling me about this today.
Yeah, depends though.
Yeah, fucking sucks.
Trump's really pushing for that hard.
I would not be surprised if he gets a ceasefire during his presidency. Yeah, wow.
I mean, dude,
you
like
can't deny that.
I fucking hate the guy a lot, but at the same time, like I keep going back to like, I mean, he did get North Korea and South Korea to talk to each other, which is crazy through like trolling, provocation, and just being a piece of shit about it. So like, he already has that under his belt. That's already going to be in history books.
He's unifying everybody against us.
That you and I, like, you know, are going to, like our kids are going to read that and we'll be like, yeah, I remember when that happened. Little Rocket Man, right? I remember. But if he does it twice.
Kids don't read books nowadays.
That's fucked, man.
Like, dude. It's that meme
he might actually go down as a good president if he has that.
I think that's gonna be the Reagan president, where people are like, "Oh, it was rocking during the '80s," and then everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, but it actually kind of sucked for a lot of human rights."
Or it might. Wouldn't it suck if it was the exact opposite of that? Because we all hate him right now. Imagine if it's like, "Yeah, this is terrible," whatever, and then 100 years later, they're like, "Actually, Trump was one of the most consequential presidents of our entire union."
I will definitely say he's probably one of the historic presidents. I cannot see that far. I can see
I doubt
5
it.
Years into my future.
I highly doubt it.
When it comes down to that, the long-term ramifications, I see a lot of division. I see a lot of division in this country.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
no, I say all of it facetiously. Obviously, he's never gonna, like.
But no, like the
diplomacy is not
going to
outweigh
so
that.
real because he has had a lot of insane things happening. It's just the crazy, like it's just so much of it is just unified against like the United States as a power, which you know it's kind of crazy because that's actually a very leftist kind of thing to be like, whoa, you know, the United States is the real enemy.
Yep.
And then he's like, that's not true. And then he proceeds to make the United States the biggest enemy, and then everyone's like,
international community will know how much they need to thank Donald Trump and the United States for everything we've done.
China.
It's insane. It's fucking crazy.
It really is. Honestly, think about getting a haircut.
Yeah.
I think so.
You want to go for the Trump cut?
I think I'm going to get it.
You got to lose a lot of hair first.
I think I'm going to start.
You'd have to like strategically have a barber like keep patches and then like just shave out like your volume of hair. Like you'd have to keep the overall shape and like most of the hair that's there that gives it the shape, but like everything underlying and underpinning it just has to go away. Like honestly,
here's what you're forgetting.
I wonder if there's a way that you could like wrap parts of your like hair in plastic or something like that, and then you just like pour Nair on your scalp.
Well, first of all, yes, those are highlights.
Yeah. I just
clearly
invented
never
highlights.
had highlights.
Yeah, I've never had highlights. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know. It's just like
I had short hair until I was 18.
This is a very straight man.
Yes.
This is a very straight man.
Yes.
No, dude, I'm just gonna go right to chemo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take all the.
What if it doesn't grow back though? Remember how
I'm wearing wigs, baby.
I mean, that's true too.
I'm gonna wear wigs. I would love to. And the only reason that I haven't started is just because I'm scared.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm scared. It's a big commitment.
It's interesting to me how people can go through chemo and then their hair grows back differently. Like
Yeah.
that happened to Hank Green when he literally
Mhm.
just had cancer, I think like last year, and was able to get into remission.
So
But
genetics.
he had that,
they
like,
fucking, mutations.
yeah, straight hair for his entire life, and then he came back after like a few months and had like curlier hair and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, that's so fucking
That's so
weird.
wild. Yeah.
That must be weird. I mean, weirdest for him, of course, because like you have straight hair your entire life, and now it's curled, and you're like, how do I even manage
What do
this?
I-
And like
What do the
wash
curly
it,
fucks
style it.
do?
Yeah, no, I would not want that. Would not want that.
I actually would love it. I want to have sheep hair.
Fair enough.
And that's why I want wigs,
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to come in curly blonde. No, curly like little orphan Annie.
Okay.
I'm going to look great. I'm going to be adorable.
Right.
Next day, I'm going to come in full on mohawk.
It's true.
Shave sides. And that's why I need the chemo.
Yeah.
And a day after that, going to have Cher's long, luscious hair all the way to my ass. Day after that, Diana Ross.
You would just be the wig guy, though. Like that is
Okay, what's your
defining.
point?
That's the defining characteristic of your personality.
Well, that's if you know me. If you don't know me, I'm just that guy with great hair.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. To strangers, yes, but like, well,
Mm.
and I would say to strangers as well as to people who like are very close to you, just be like, yeah, that's just what he does. That's
Just what
fine.
he fucking
But
does, I
like
don't
to
know.
your peripheral or more casual friends, that would be the only, like, you would be the story at a party or a dinner where it's like, yeah, I have this one friend who he had cancer and he got chemo,
Gave
and
it to
now
himself.
and now he just literally like wears a different wig every single day, no matter what.
And then somebody else was actually, I heard that he gave himself cancer so that way his hair would be thinning so he could wear wigs.
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody else was like, there's no way anybody would do that.
And then you did.
And then meanwhile, I'm in the ICU being like, stroking my long,
Horrible hair.
luscious braids. The long braids I just
There
got
you go.
installed.
Installed is so crazy. You're just so sick.
I'm frail. I weigh 80 pounds.
Yeah, like I guess it was worth it.
Oh, it's so worth
It was so worth it. Can I have your
Uh,
stuff, by the way? Just on a
What?
passing thing.
I was just so delirious. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, sign it.
yes, absolutely. You're
Of
my best
course,
friend.
yeah,
You're my best
sign it,
friend.
yes. And I'm like, oh
Right.
yeah. All right, Kev, we'll see you later. All right, I gotta go take your house.
Bye,
I'll
Mom.
See you later. Oh, it's so sad. Oh man.
Shout out to our cancer audience. We're really thinking about you.
Yeah.
It's not a laughing matter.
No.
and
We don't joke about it ever, and I hope you guys are okay.
I'm sure statistically one of our people have and or will have cancer.
I don't know. I don't think we have a large enough audience for that
I'm
stat
sure
to really
somebody
work.
there- I'm sure somebody who's come across our stuff has been like, yeah, that means a lot.
Yeah, well, it would be funny to me is if statistics were the same, like absolutely no matter what. So like 30 people watch our podcast. And it's like, yep, like 10% of Americans in a group are probably going to have cancer. And then it's just like, oh shit. So
Oh,
then
it's
3
10%.
people just automatically get
Get
cancer.
cancer.
So people are like, yeah, I can't watch your
I really
podcast
can't.
anymore,
The
man.
numbers
It's
are
a
just too
risk.
scary,
Yeah,
man.
it's too
numbers
much of a
are
risk.
Scary,
Every
bro.
time I come to watch an episode, I'm like, oh,
I
am I
could
going to
be
get
number
fucking
30.
leukemia? What's
Yeah.
happening? Like,
But
I
the
don't
more people
know.
that watch, the better the numbers get. So
Exactly.
come on, it's like
You could just hold people
you're
hostage
not
with
going
that.
to.
Like, hey, you've already watched a bunch of times.
It's like a
you
MLM.
predisposed yourself to it.
Listen, we already have 50 viewers right now. You are part of the 50. If you
Yeah.
get at least 10 people to watch, your odds go up a lot. Of
They
not having
go
cancer.
on.
And if you want their odds to go up, you bring 10 more,
Exactly.
and then
It's simple as that.
you don't get cancer. That's a pretty good MLM when you
You
think
could.
about it.
Yeah, that's true.
You just need the ever looming threat of
I mean, that's probably
Cancer?
the best MLM because it's no like money or monetary gain. It's like, do you want to stay healthy? Well, join my fucking pyramid scheme. And
Join
it's
the
like,
pyramid
okay,
scheme,
sounds
brother.
good.
The Egyptians lived forever. Didn't, but
MLMs are
believe it.
excuse me. MLMs are crazy.
MLM is actually like so stupid. They're also the worst fucking products ever.
Oh yeah.
Knives.
Yep. Cutco.
Fucking Cutco. My aunt was in an MLM and sold like this tumbler that you throw into your laundry.
Oh
It's just like a
my God.
rock. I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck are you? Why would anybody want this?
That's so stupid.
It's just like, also, why are you telling my mom to sell? She has a job.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, like Cutco, like at least look, they were shitty knives. They were terrible quality, but at least like they were knives. Like you could cut.
there's a use for a knife.
You could cut or stab something with it. You know,
Mhm.
like it would work.
There's a
technically
reason.
as a knife, but like yeah, with the tumblers, like I've even seen ones where it's like I'm trying to think of like the MLMs that I've usually seen. I mean, most of them now are like business strategy. Like they're not even
The
selling a
alpha male
product. Like it's
MLMs.
the alpha male MLMs, but even the ones where it's like,
Awesome, by the way.
do you
Gift me
wanna
that.
do you wanna be your own boss? Do you want to work for yourself?
Nah.
You don't even have to be in sales or anything else like that. You just have to learn the strategy and then teach it to other people. And it's like that's still a pyramid scheme.
That's
like,
even worse.
that's
There's no product.
There's nothing here. It's just information.
You know, okay, here's our next serious topic. I get you an alpha male course. How to be an alpha male.
Yeah.
Being taught by Andrew Tate.
Is this like an individual thing that I have to like just watch on my own and apply, or is it like something that I go to?
It's like a Zoom call. It's like a Zoom call, and
dude.
it ends in a big convention.
Oh my God! Especially if Andrew Tate hosted it,
Uh-huh.
I would literally show up, like literally just being the most like stereotypical like Zeta fucking cuck male, like the lowest on the totem pole, and just like be obsessed with him until he boots me, like until he kicks me, or I'll just be like in there just being like, so when do I get to rape the women? like just like that kind of thing. I mean, dude, it's Andrew Tate. I'm gonna call it as I sees
you're fucking
it.
right. No, you're fucking
And then
right.
he'll be like, dude, what are you talking
What are you
about?
talking
We don't assault women here. And I'll
There's
be like,
no assault that ever mentioned.
and I'd be like, Andrew, I'm your biggest fan. I've watched all of your things, and I have to say that you are very into assaulting women. Like, just like keep cornering him. And then at a certain point,
I read the case.
assuming that, of course, it is a course for all like 18 plus, there's no minors in the room. At a certain point, I would start exposing myself, but in ways that were clearly like they could be exposed as accidents. So like I'd be at the like chair where I'm taking my Zoom call, and like, you know, I'll be like, give me a moment, I have to use the bathroom. And then I would stand up and I'd be in an adult diaper.
Hell yeah.
And walk like just off camera, like to a point where like it's conceivably plausible that I didn't know that you could still see me, but not enough that you can't see me.
Yeah.
And I would just fully strip naked. And the only thing being that I would, because I don't want to sit in my own filth for real, I would pile Nutella and like a bunch of peanut butter and shit like that into the diaper, so that way when I bring it down, like it's like stuck to my legs and shit, and you have to like watch me. I'm like cleaning it, and I can like tell that I'm like trying to go quick because I have to get back to the call. Like I would want to watch how long that bald bitch would keep me on the screen before he was finally like, this is ruining my alpha male like energy. Like, no one's focusing on me. No one sees me, so this can't happen. Like, dude, I don't know. Him and his brother are such losers. Like, every time that I see an interview with them, I'm always like, dude, you look like the kids that I used to make fun of in high school. Like, you're not even a hot guy. Like, I would get it if you were this drop dead gorgeous Chad fucking dude, but like, you're barely over what, like 5'9", 5'10". You have a somewhat decent body for someone who has clearly been working out for decades.
I do think he used to be in UFC or something. He used to do like something.
I don't care.
I'm just saying, shouldn't you be in better shape?
You should be in better shape.
You should be in better shape.
And also just, dude, like, listen to me. If you can find 10 women who have slept with you consensually
You should find them.
and actually name them, like, I will drop dead from shock. You just seem like nobody who actually gets pussy like that is so openly like, oh yeah, look at all the shit that you don't have to talk about it if you're getting it. Like, that's what I don't understand. It's so funny how people will tell you exactly what they're all about by not like what they don't say to you, or like that sort of thing, where it's like what you're willing to put forward into the public is such this like curated perfect image of yourself. Like, there's got to be one picture out there of you on a leash. There's got to be one picture of you sucking your thumb for some like big lady mommy type,
ABDL like role play. Getting whipped, spanked.
And you can call me on all of this, Andrew Tate. If you ever get out of that Romanian prison, please pull up to our office. In fact, you can find me on Instagram, nick.bradshaw.20. DM me. I will send you the address for our office as soon as you DM me, and I'll hope that you pull up. Because, sincerely, like, I just want to talk, man. I I want to sit down and just listen to you try to defend all of the vitriol that you've thrown out there, and then just make fun of you to your dumb fucking face.
And I'll be at the
That's all I'm
side
looking for.
with the camera going, World Star! World Star! They should bring that back.
Yeah, should.
They should.
World Star was fun.
World Star was fun. Just the easiest way to instigate a fight.
It was.
When nobody's just when nobody is like really like, hey man, watch out, you bumped into me. It's like, wait, what are you talking about? This is my side of the street too. It's like, oh, the beeping, oh, World Star, and then it's just like, get that camera out of my fucking face.
Now I have to swing on you.
Yeah,
no other
the
option.
easiest way to start a fight
It
from
did
like a
instigate people.
nothing. Yeah, it was the easiest instigator ever.
Dude, I need to bring it back. I would love to see it come back.
I would love to. You know what? Here's another good question. Something that's in the pop cultural zeitgeist or
Yes.
brain rock corner.
Yes.
100 men.
Mm.
One gorilla.
Oh, I saw this. They're unarmed, right? I mean, obviously
Yes.
the men.
Yeah.
Not
The
gorilla.
The gorilla gets it. Here's what I'll say. Any weapon that the man gets, the gorilla gets too.
So here's my thing, right? I think most people see this as like,
Can't be a firearm.
well, like there's 100 men, so like they'll just you've been to a zoo before, right?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Like you've seen a gorilla in person, right?
massive.
Like it feels
Horrifying
like to
fucking
me
creature.
it's just going to be a line of meat grinder.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to be one guy or maybe 5 or 6 guys all at once trying to rush this thing, and it's just going to wipe everything out. Like, dude,
It weighs a
The strength.
literal, like what? A literal ton?
probably a ton, 2,000 pounds.
Insane amount. Like
That's a Toyota Corolla, dude.
It's
Like that's a
fucking
car.
gorilla. It has
That's a car falling. on you.
literally teeth and like canines the size of a fucking
Yeah.
jaguar.
They're sharp. They're
oh
jagged.
yeah, they're fucking
not.
sharp.
They're not our canines. They're like
made to
venomous.
chew bark.
Yeah, like
They will chew your bone like a toy.
I
It's a
don't-
toothpick.
I don't understand it at all. Like that was one where like, the hubris, and that's exactly what it is, and I fully admit it. The hubris in me for a moment was like, there's 100 of us, we could do that. Like, but then I really took a step back to think about it, and I was like, the only way that I could see this happening is if somehow you could drop all 100 men on
The
top of
gorilla
the gorilla
at
at once.
Everybody does.
Somehow the men don't die or sustain injuries from this happening, and they would immediately
Very
have
possible.
to land on the gorilla and then all just start beating. Like that's the only way. And in that scenario, you're still gonna lose a lot of the men because the gorilla's still gonna be able to just drag them down and beat and bite and chomp. Like, dude, it's a gorilla.
This is
what do you
where-
want us to say?
Dear God, I wish I lived in the era of chimp boxing.
Oh my god, that would have been crazy.
Chimp boxing, for anybody who doesn't know, they used to literally put a man in a cage and a chimp in a cage, and I don't think there ever was a point when the man would win. I think there was just a point of how long can he survive,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
great,
Okay.
great fucking idea,
There have been
dude.
some wild things people have done in terms of stunts for money. You had all the guys that went over the fucking like Niagara Falls and like the barrels that they would specialty build. Of course, you had like Evil Knievel and all the Daredevils, Nitro Circus carrying that on with like the huge jumps and motorsports and everything else like that. Where do you have to be in your life to say,
Low
Okay.
fucking point.
you're gonna put me in the octagon,
Oh,
and instead of a
God,
human
oh,
being, it's a fucking like
It's
chimpanzee.
a monkey.
Yeah.
I think Art Rock take him.
Do you remember how the guys back then used to set up for fighting? I can't even do this with the mic.
No,
Like this? Come on, buddy.
yeah, dude.
Come on in
Awesome.
here, champ. Like,
Awesome positioning.
what are
I'm
you
like-
gonna do against a fucking
did they
chimpanzee?
swing like this? Was it like
No.
Like what
No.
did they?
I don't think anybody actually ever fought like this. It was
It's
sort of
just
just
a
the
position.
idea. I think the idea was that if somebody gives you a jab, you can sweep it, like get that away, and then have your hand right here ready for like some sort of an uppercut. But after that,
You gotta get
you've
close
got to
to it,
be
man.
able to drop. Yeah, you got to be able to drop back into the regular position afterwards because you can't
You-
defend like this
No,
except for that initial swing where
Uh-huh.
you swipe, hit, and then reset again. Like,
There were no
I
cameras
don't
though.
know. There were no cameras.
So
That's true.
for all we know, they were fighting like rock and sock and robots.
I mean, they could have been, but like
What
the
if that
chimp,
would be allowed?
the chimp's not gonna. I mean, it's not a fight. Like the chimp will jump on top of you,
start chewing your
And
fucking face off.
your face, your fingers, your dick, and
Everything.
balls.
Oh
like,
my god, that's an
everything.
appetizer.
Yeah, it literally will claw
Your ass is its
everything off.
dessert.
Yeah, 100%.
And
Like,
then it's yours to do. You're his toy.
we live like what's it called? Kevin and I have known each other for a long time. It's been almost 16 years. We went to elementary,
So
middle
nice.
school, and high school together after I moved to Connecticut. We were both in Connecticut when the famous ape attack happened with Travis.
Shout out Travi.
Dude.
Travi McJim.
I'll never forget hearing that phone call for the first time. The
Oh,
911
dude,
call.
that actually
because
scared me. That shit scared me.
It, like, you think it's a joke. Like when this happened, I was a littler kid. I was probably like 11 or 12.
Wasn't even.
I genuinely thought it was like an SNL sketch because you hear the woman on the phone being like, he's beating my friend, he's attacking my friend. And in the background, you can hear like
literally
like cartoonish
Yeah.
chimpanzee noises along with like pounding. And I was like, look, at some point Will Ferrell's gonna come out. Like, so, you know,
All
they're
right.
gonna all turn around and be
All
like,
the setup.
live from New York, it's Saturday night, like, you know.
Oh,
And then that
dude.
never came, and I was like, think about this. This woman had to have been obviously away from the scene. The attack happened in the backyard. She had to go get a phone. Granted, it's like 2011, so maybe she had a cell phone, but I'm going to assume older white lady from Upper Connecticut, probably a landline.
That's a bit.
More than likely a landline. So she has to run into the house, let's say conservatively, 30 feet away, 40 feet away?
Sure.
And you can still hear it almost as clearly as her talking. There might be a wall in the way. There might be a window or two in the way. And we can still hear as it's fucking beating this woman half to death.
Dude.
And then the lady afterwards
lived, and then
did you see the fucking Oprah interview?
yes, of
Dude.
course I saw the
Oh
Oprah
my
interview where she just looked
God.
like two literal lumps just.
She looks like the mom from SpongeBob who says, chocolate? You want chocolate? I'll get you some chocolate. It's either that or the fucking guy from the Hannibal Lecter movie, Red Dragon. You remember? I think it was Red Dragon. It might have been the sequel.
The one where he steals his face.
Yeah, you know, like the Gary Oldman character, like the guy who's in the wheelchair and he's
yeah.
like all like just torn up and everything. He barely has a face left. She looked exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like,
She always kind of reminded me of a thumb.
yeah, and like
Just
that's-
lack of definition.
that's what I think is like so clear in my mind is that because that happened in our state, of course it was everywhere. Like it was on
Yeah.
national news, but it was on local news before and after it for a
Oh,
long time. Like that was the top story in Connecticut for obvious reasons. So that's been seared into my brain to a point whenever one of these situations comes up, and they're like, yeah, you think that, you know, like 20 guys could fight a leopard or something? I'm like, I don't care what kind of animal it is. If it's a deadly predator that's been around for a few hundred years at a minimum in terms of evolution, if not longer, I'm good. I really don't want to do
I'm
that.
gonna bet on evolution.
Yeah.
There's a reason
The-
that we evolved to not be fighters while they evolved to be exactly the same because nothing's broken.
Well, but even more than that, like we develop tools.
Uh-huh.
That's what even the playing field. And then, like, you know, we're not sprinting hunters. We are long distance hunters. We're the type that's like, you know, stab the buffalo or the buffalo or the caribou, and then as it runs away, you don't run, you walk. Just walk, follow the blood trail. It's going to see you, eventually keep on running faster and faster and faster. And then eventually you're just going to find its carcass laying there, bled out, running from you. And you just pick up your shit and go home. Like, that's what
Yeah,
allowed us
hunters.
to become apex.
Hunter
Like, and that
gatherers.
only worked because we got tools. Like, if we hadn't developed tools and we didn't have that higher order of thinking, then eventually we probably would have just gotten even crazier
Well,
in terms of being a predator.
Dude, even more so, like then
Yeah,
we
rooted on
we
instinct.
moved into
Well,
away from hunter gatherer into agricultural.
Yeah, we
There's
settled
no
down.
reason, no reason to be that aggressive tool maker anymore. We really just started creating weapons to kill each other.
Yeah.
Eventually that's really what it all came down
Pretty
to.
much what it became.
I mean, whoa, fucking, a leopard wasn't gonna say this is my house now. I guess sometimes I do.
Yeah, but would you rather have that all the time, like hunter gatherer, or would you have to deal with the society that we've created?
That's a good question. Oh, that's a really good would you rather.
Yep.
In fact,
Might be time for that.
I think it might be time for everybody's favorite game show. Would you rather?
Because we're in person, I finally have a visual again.
Yeah.
I actually went hard on this one. I had to because it was the only way. I'm gonna try to do this without blocking your camera entirely.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. I think I'm gonna hold it over here.
Okay, word. I was about to say we're gonna figure this out.
Okay.
We kind of planned for this.
Would you rather? I don't know if you'll be able to see all of it. Would you rather
Okay, right. This is perfect.
be able, or I'm sorry.
Oh, this is perfect actually.
Okay. Would you rather be sucked into a sentient ball pit or be lost in a backroom style place that is modeled after a play place in McDonald's?
Oh, okay, well tell me how tell me about the sentient ball pit. What are they like?
It's this hungry creature that just wants to keep you in there.
Does it eat me?
It siphons your cum to make more children.
It makes so these are my kids.
Not exactly. It's more like your genetic material is just kind of used as a basis, but it's not in the way that like you and I understand it, where it's like, oh, you're related to that person. It's more like, you know, if you take a log cabin, take all of the wood from the log cabin and turn it into like toy boats. Like, sure, I guess those boats are like the children of that log cabin, but there's no relationship there. It's just raw material being turned into something else.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really aggressive though.
Is it like tender?
No, not at all. You'll be in extreme pain for most of the time that you're in there. And it's only a matter of if you can get out.
That fucking sucks, first of all. Okay, but I can get out. How
You
deep is the
can.
pump? How deep is the pit?
We're gonna say it's 6 foot by 9 foot. 6
Okay,
foot
so
wide
it's like
by 9 foot.
it's a
deep.
swimming pool.
No.
Do I start inside of it?
You get pulled into it. The balls reach out. And grab you and pull you in.
Yeah, I gotta say that one's a little rough, but this is really gonna be contingent on the next one. So I'm in the back rooms.
It's like a play place that never ends. So basically, like, there's no exterior to the play place. You know the tunnels and like everything like that? That's what you have, and it just doesn't end.
So is there an exit, first of all?
No.
So
okay, so here's the thing. You no clip into the back rooms.
I no clip?
Yeah, so you'll no clip into the playscape like place. So you have to like basically just hope that eventually you can no clip back into reality. There's no set goal, there's no set task. You could be there for 500 years, you could be there for a week. It all depends on like just kind of random chance and you trying different things to get out.
Well, is there anybody else there with me?
Here's the thing. In the playscape or the play place, you're mostly alone. There's no one else. But there is what you feel to be a foreboding presence that is constantly like coming towards you. Like if you're in, say, like this area of the play place and it's like the equivalent size of like a city,
All right.
it's always like
the equivalent size of a city?
yeah, like if you're here, it's like always kind of lurking around the last corner that you turned around and stuff like that. What I would recommend is when you're moving through the play place, don't turn back. Don't retrace your steps. You're gonna want to keep moving.
Just keep on
forward.
moving.
Yeah.
What if I stay in one place for too long?
I mean, eventually, whatever it is will catch you. And if it catches you, you're not getting out of the place.
What is it?
We don't know.
Can I kill it?
We don't know. No one's tried. No one succeeded. At least.
Is Grimace there?
You only see pictures of him. Like he's
That
like
makes
branded.
it
It's like branding.
so fucking worse. You have no idea.
Like you see Ronald and
Do I
the
need,
Hamburglar
like,
and stuff
food?
like that. It's in this like extra reality place where you don't age and you also don't need to eat, drink, sleep, or anything else like that. You're just constantly going. Now you can do it. Like your body will not reject. If you lay down and you try to fall asleep and you're tired, you will be able to sleep, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And if you find food, which you likely will not, you can eat it. It's not like your body's going to reject it,
No, I
but
won't.
like you can ingest it. It's not like you're gonna get sick, but
Yeah, I'm gonna take the play place. Listen, I would rather get lost in a play place forever than be sexually assaulted by a ball pit for the rest of my life. Because
you
I
can
know
get out of the ball pit.
I don't think that's gonna let me out.
I mean, you got to try.
I will try, and I
Have
can
you
tell
ever-
you it's probably I'm probably going to fail.
Have you ever been to a trampoline park?
Actually, no.
Okay, we should go sometime. I remember I was in high school.
You know what? Let me get a hit of that because this is a hard question.
Okay.
This is
A few friends of mine in high school
thing, man.
were very big on the trampoline places, right? Most of the time, we would just get fucked up and go jump on some trampolines. Now, I got to tell you, when you're high as shit on a trampoline, it's a lot of fun. So there was this one place we always went to, and they had this huge, and I mean like probably 20 foot by 30 foot, maybe 10 foot deep foam pits, right? And you could jump, like there's a bunch of trampolines that like lead you up to it. Then you do the big jump at the end and you jump into the pit.
Gotcha.
I'm not a claustrophobic person. I'm actually pretty cool with like tight spaces. They're not my favorite
Really?
place to go, but I don't freak out in them, which is nice. Like I'm very
Wow.
thankful for that. But
I can't imagine.
that's the only time in my entire life where I have felt extreme claustrophobia because, I was a chubbier kid, especially at that time. I probably weighed a solid like 210 at that time, and I only was like 5
Wait, in the
foot
trampoline
8
pit?
or something
In the
like
trampoline
that.
area?
Yeah,
Trampoline pit.
yeah, like I was a larger
Wow.
guy at that time. So when I jumped in, like I went all the way to the bottom.
Oh
basically.
my
Like, I
God.
felt the floor when I got to the
So
bottom.
just almost
So it's just foam all around me. And here's the thing, right? Like I said, I don't get nervous in tight spaces inherently. So when I first went down there, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool actually. Like I'm not gonna stay here, but like this isn't bad. But then
it's the balls are suctioning out my semen.
when I tried to climb back up and I couldn't
Impossible.
really, like where I'm like pulling my weight up and I feel myself making some progress and then everything just tumbles back down because it's all loose objects. That's the only time where like when I really wasn't making progress after like a good minute or two where I was like, oh, I might be like stuck in here. And like eventually with a lot of effort and like basically just dragging myself out, like I got back up to the top. But I remember having that moment of like, that wasn't even that fun. Like that actually got a little scary
that's
towards the end of it. Yeah.
Here's my big issue with the ball pit.
That's my thing is that it's hard, but it's possible for you to climb out. You could if you wanted to.
No. Because here's the thing with the ball pit. It's covered in piss.
It probably is.
Spit.
Oh, dude, you don't think a play place will be?
Not as much.
Well,
Here's the
It'll
thing.
be comparable.
I think that
You're
you can
enveloped by
at least
balls.
clean a play place. You
Yeah,
can't
true.
fucking clean. What do you think they clean every?
No, I think that honestly, can I tell you how I think that they do that? I think that
There's
once
no fucking way.
once a month
They
or
fucking
so,
throw bleach
they
in it.
literally take like high powered cleaner and just
No.
pour a bunch
I don't
into that
believe
pit,
it. I don't
and
fucking
then
believe
have
it.
somebody go in like a suit and just turn over all the balls, like make sure that at least they kind of get touched by it. And then at the end, like
They
just
put it in a super gear.
just suck out the rest and you're good. Not that.
Can you imagine
More
just
of
like
like
going
a-
to like an old time? Can you
like
imagine being like a
waiters, you
teenager
know?
in a fucking play place and it's like, all right, put on the
Get on the
old
scuba gear.
It's like one of the old fashioned diving bells.
That would be pretty sick.
You're a
honestly.
fucking teenager. I would actually love that. That shit I would do. I'll die if I do that because what are the odds of like how often do people die of that? I'm sure very often.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know how often people have died in ball pits, and honestly,
There has to be at least one dead kid.
statistically
There has to be like
speaking,
one horror.
it's all going to be kids. Like I don't think there's many adults that have
No.
died in ball pits.
I
But
imagine
children,
that
yeah,
a
you
kid
probably have
jumped
some-
in and then their older brother just like dive bombed and then the kids at the bottom. The second that the older brother just like cannonballs on top of them.
There's got to be at least one.
I'm sure that
I feel
there's
like
a
that would happen in
family
a pool
that
or something like that too. Well, at least the
in a
one
pool.
where you saw
I mean, yeah, a pool. I mean, sure. That's why there's no diving.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I guess I meant
that's that point.
I meant like in your exact scenario of like I'm sure there's a kid who like jumped into the pool, went all the way to the bottom, and before he had a chance, somebody just came
Yeah,
crushing.
I
down
feel like
on
that
him.
had to have
Has
happened.
to
That
have
had to have
happened.
happened. I feel like there's a.
No, but yeah, I do agree with you that it has to have happened at least once, if not more.
This is a special occasion for Mr. Moore.
Yes, it's true. 100%.
Moore.
Yep. Kev never smokes anymore.
It's true. It's true. I blame the state of the world.
Yeah. Usually that makes people smoke.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that's why I'm smoking.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. No, I
I'm
understand.
Just, you know what? I don't want to be a little dirty, you know? And
That's the way it
also,
goes.
I think that's a dirty play place instead of the nasty ass ball pit that's
Still gonna
siphoning.
play place.
Yes, at least I'm actually being sexually assaulted in the play place.
Okay. All right, so for the double down, right? If I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this.
Oh, God, I hate this already.
I'm not going to adjust it too much, but I'm going to change one thing. Okay. The ball pit is not siphoning your cum, but it is
Thank God.
actively trying to undress you the entire time. Right?
What's he going to do once I'm
You
undressed?
don't. I can't say that on this show. Or
Can you say it and believe it?
you're in the play place,
Okay.
but the thing that's chasing you is Grimace,
All right.
and he is way more aggressive than what I just described to you. Like
Okay.
you need to keep moving, because if you don't, then
He'll catch you.
he's going to catch you. And I will tell you what Grimace will do to you.
Okay, what will Grimace do to me?
He's going to turn you into 100 chicken nuggets, but you are sentient as every single one of those nuggets being eaten by children at McDonald's.
That's kind of cool.
You want to be eaten
I
100 times over?
Well, I feel the pain.
Yes.
At
You
least
also
my
have to
body
become
will
a
be-
chicken nugget.
So I feel like I have to go through the meat grinder process.
Yeah. You have to feel everything that the meat would experience becoming a chicken nugget, or
You know
whatever
what?
McDonald's uses as meat.
I didn't want to say it, but I will be like Jesus.
You kind of would be.
I would be. I'd be feeding my body as the
Yeah.
nugget.
You're the
My body
Eucharist.
is this nugget. My blood is the Sprite. Feed my children. In the name of the Grimace McDonald's Mayor Hamburger.
You'd be the Eucharist.
Everybody, take the Micarus.
Take
right
the
now.
Eucharist, please.
Mhm.
All right, so which one are you going with?
Oh,
You want the
clearly the no. Calling to the play place again.
You still want to play place.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude,
I
Grimace catches you. It's going to be really bad.
would rather that than having every single ball in the play place shoved up
Now,
my urethra.
here's the other thing that
I
I'll-
think I'm going to take that.
Here's what I'll throw out there. The balls are not like magical in the sense that they can't warp and contort their shape by any means.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
just a bunch of plastic balls doing their best to get you undressed. Now, here's the thing. I don't know about, I haven't been in a ball pit in probably almost 2 decades at this point, but at the same time, I do kind of remember what those were like, and
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of grip.
No.
They don't have hands. They don't have anything else like that. So I
No,
only
no.
throw out there that, do you think that the ball pit could undress you? You're a scientist.
It will find a fucking way.
You think so?
I think so. I the ball pit mystique scares me infinitely more than Grimace. I can't even lie.
Is it just being enveloped in it that's the worst?
It's just what it does.
It's just what it does.
And it will. It will. Like, especially, I don't, I guess I actually don't know this in my mind, but in my mind, I imagine these balls have been, like, lubed up, like, somebody threw, like, a bottle of, like, canola oil in there, so I can't, like, get any grip. I'm slipping all over the place, which honestly sounds a little fun, except, you know, they're trying to molest me.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you don't know what they're gonna do.
I have a sneaking suspicion.
You have an inkling.
Listen, that's my best case scenario. So yeah, I'll go for feeding. I'll be the Micarist. All right.
Okay.
I'll be Jesus. I'll be McJesus. I'll be the McJesus double down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would rather that than my body just be used for deplorable actions by the hands of a sentient ball pit.
Yeah.
I would rather have my
Okay.
body go feed and return back to the circle of life the way it fucking should be.
I have a harder double down.
It's triple down.
Triple down.
Whoa!
What if you had to
Oh,
pick?
no.
What if you had to pick one of these options for your father, for your dad, for Edgar?
Oh, Dad.
Which one would you have your dad do? He's literally like blindfolded and handcuffed like fucking Guantanamo Bay
He's not gonna
style.
survive
With the
either.
goggles on. No, hold on. He's sitting there, and this guy, whoever gives the would you rather's, is there like, all right,
It's
Kevin,
you.
you
It's
have to
you.
pick.
Oh my god.
Is he
So
going
you're
into
gonna
the
jigsaw
ball
me?
pit, or is he gonna go into the play place? Remember, he has to escape both. I feel like your dad, by no fault of your dad, because I love your dad, I don't think he would know what no clipping is.
Yeah,
and
but
like
what
having,
does that mean to be no clip?
and like having to explain that to him so he
Yeah,
can
it's when
try
you're
to
playing a
do
video
it.
game when you glitch out and the character goes from one side of the level to the other and the map is like, yo, what the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does any of
What
that
does that
mean?
mean? Yeah, he's never gonna get that.
But at least he's like, if he doesn't get out, at least he's just constantly running for Grimace. He never gets older. He never dies. He's just kind of always running from Grimace forever. Whereas with the ball pit, if they get that man naked, you'll never look at your dad the same way if he survives.
He's not enough to alive.
You think so? You're throwing him in the ball pits.
I think it'll be better for it'll be better for
Better
both
for
of us. I
everybody.
think it'll be better for both of us. You go, no, at least you have a chance to get
Do you know
out.
how scary it would be for you to just see me with your dad just throw him into the ball pit and then you just hear like a muffled just like oh my god. Just hearing your dad getting tortured and coming at
the same time. You know what? Some people pay good money for that.
A lot of people do.
You know what? Now you're kind of changing my mind. You know what? I never really think about maybe I can learn to love.
Maybe you could enjoy
Maybe
it.
I can learn to love.
I will say that my drawing, the ball pit is very angry. Like the ball pit is just pulling you in, and like those two balls at the top are their eyeballs, so it can see what it's doing to you.
Okay, my question is, does it have the big hand?
No, that's you. That's you getting sucked down into the ball pit. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen when I drew the eyes. I was like, it kind of implies that like that's the arms of the ball pit, but no, like that's you sinking down.
in. You know what?
It's just a ball pit, but there's like two eyeballs rolling around in there where it can see.
I thought it had a hand. That makes it a little bit better. Nah, I'm sticking my guns. I'm sticking my guns.
You're still gonna go.
Yeah,
with
I'm
that.
gonna go to the liminal space my dad can guess get. Whatever happens there, happen. And
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
What about for Phil? Ball pit. He probably enjoyed. Learned a lot. He'd have a fun time.
Yeah, you know, that's something that we don't really talk about, Phil. He likes pain
He does.
a lot.
He's a huge sadomasochist.
Yeah, that's why he is like mean, because he wants you to return it, because that's what gives him his pleasure.
He gets off on the meanness.
Yeah, because
Gets him going. Gets him hard.
yeah,
Gets him hard as a rock.
it's upsetting to see that monstrous 3-inch shaft.
Well, it's hard for me to insult him because I know every time that I do, I'm really just feeding into it.
It's kind of, you know what? It must be awesome to have a humiliation like a masochist or like
I mean,
a masochist king. You know, like
Can you
'cause-
imagine? You're just on the subway, some guy bumps into you. Watch where you're going, you fucking asshole, and you're just like, don't say that to me again. Like,
What'd you
just-
say to me?
Yeah. It's like-
What'd you say to me? I called
dude.
you a fucking asshole. What are you fucking like? You missing a screw or something? It's like, yeah, maybe I am.
Yeah, I am.
What else you think I'm missing?
Missing your hands all over my body. Beating me up was what I mean. It's like, I swear.
Oh,
to
you're
God.
fucking asking for it right now. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, those guys must have it so easy.
Well, I mean, it would have to be your type, though, because like if somebody who's just you're not into it all is insulting you, you probably just have to be like, no, this isn't for you. Fuck you. No, I don't like this from you. Get out of here.
I'm not gonna lie. If somebody said, "I don't want you to beat me up," you're not my type, I would feel pretty insulted. I would be like,
I'd be more.
hey,
I'd
man.
be more upset about that than striking out at the bar.
Yeah.
Just like
Fully.
hey, want to come back? No, I'm really okay. It's like, that sucks, but at the same time, you move on.
Yeah.
If I'm about to fight some guy and he goes, "Oh, dude, don't even worry about it. You're not my type."
Yeah. I go for people who are older.
What do you
What?
mean? What do you
We're trying to
mean?
fight. It's like, yeah, not my type.
Yeah, you're a little immature for me.
A little on
What?
the, a little on the young side.
What?
I
No.
His
Yeah, I would probably fight them faster.
Yeah.
Like, I would just be like, no, you don't understand. You don't get to choose.
And then
We're doing this.
Then he's like,
oh, he was a masochist the whole time.
oh,
Oh, shit. He's
Dude.
into it.
Well, with that being said, it
Is
is
it about
now-
that time?
10
My
seconds.
goodness.
That's
All right.
a perfect amount of time.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us today on the Bay One Entertainment
Yeah,
Podcast.
thank you to Dateline BOE.
Yes, 100%. I'm sure we'll bring this setup back again in the future for
Maybe.
whenever we have two-person podcasts and that type of thing.
Gotta
But
get down to the
you know,
business.
watch out for some of our stuff coming up. We got some shorts that we're going to be uploading to Instagram as well as going on the website and that kind of thing. We're hopefully getting into production on another couple of shorts in the next few months, like the next 6 months or so. So we're going to be working on that. So just watch the socials, do that sort of stuff. You can follow us at Bay One Entertainment. That is going to be for TikTok and Instagram. You can follow us there. You can also follow us on Blue Sky. We are going to be Bay One Ent. That is BAYONEENT, right? So Bay One Ent. You can also go to the website, www.bay1entertainment.com. You'll find all of our work there, watch our videos. The podcast will be uploaded there as well, that type of thing. And of course, you can follow us individually. You can follow me on Instagram at nick.bradshaw.20.
Follow me at _K_Mora.
And you can follow Phil. Yeah, Phil.omf. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this week. We'll be back with our usual shenanigans, our usual antics starting again next week. And, drop us a like, drop a comment. If there's some topics you want us to discuss, please feel free. And, of course, we're going to get some guests coming in pretty soon.
Yes, absolutely. More guests and no Roblox.
Yeah, we can't do the Roblox. It's a bad look. We're both teachers. I'm not getting arrested over
gross.
Roblox.
Why are you an adult? Like, you're either taking advantage of a child or you're taking advantage of a child. Like, there's
There's
no
pretty
reason to be on
much
Roblox.
It might not be a sexual taking
No, you're not
advantage,
taking
but
advantage
you're
of
taking
Roblox.
advantage of a child.
Actually, we're gonna have to talk about the Roblox. There's a money racket going on.
I heard about
Roblox.
this.
Yeah, it's
A lot of people do black
Impressive.
market trading with that.
black market trading. There are some items that are worth like actual hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Easily.
and like from what I hear, like children program all the games.
Yeah.
This is another topic for another day.
100%. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Until next time, we're going to come right back at you.